What is the meaning of life? That is a question that all humans will have to ask themselves. I don't know if there is a single answer, but I came up with a thought experiment that might help people figure out the answer for themselves. So now let's set up that thought experiment. Imagine if you were stuck in a room. The only thing in the room is a door. The door isn't locked and you can walk through it at any point in time. You don't know what is on the other side of the door, but you are confident that once you walk through it, you can't return. You also know one day you will be forced to walk through the door. You don't know when, but you know that you have some influence over it, speeding up or slowing it down. The question becomes, what could you do to make it so you stay in the room for as long as possible? The first thing I would get are the things I need to survive, like food, water, clothing, and so on. I think these might be necessary because if I don't have enough food or water, I would feel like I would get to a point where I might as well take my chances opening the door. The second thing I would give myself is perfect health. If I had a painful disease or thought I was dying, I might be tempted to open the door with the hopes that that would end my suffering. The third thing I would then give myself is access to a wide variety of art supplies and tools. This would allow for self-expression and the chance to master a skill. I would then come up with a variety of projects to give myself a sense of purpose and progress. The fourth thing I would give myself is access to all the books and media that existed, so that I would have my curiosity satisfied and also connect to people from the past. I would be able to connect with people from the future by writing or crafting. The sixth thing I would do is to make it so new stuff would randomly happen every once in a while. I'm thinking maybe there could be a little speaker system and would say, something new has happened in this room. And maybe every few years an entirely new room would appear. The seventh thing I would do is to make a system for dealing with the uncertainty of what is beyond the door. The fear of the unknown could become so unbearable that I might feel that it would be better to get it over with. This would be a very basic system. It would be basically saying that walking through the door is bad, but being called to it is okay. This would encourage me not to walk through the door, but be fine with being called to it.
The final thing I would do is I would add more people. I would make the room big enough to support these new people, but still have a little room for privacy. I feel like it would be easier to make 100 people feel like their lives are meaningful than it would be to just make one person. When I first wrote this list, other people were the first thing I included on it, but that felt like cheating, so I arranged it so it was the last thing on the list. Before I go into my conclusion, if you found yourself really agreeing, really disagreeing, or feel I missed something, write down your thoughts. Try and process what you wrote. See if you can turn it into a useful idea. Now for my conclusion. So what was the purpose of this thought experiment? In this experiment, the room was life and the door was death. I made a list of things that I thought would make life better than death. The list was having my basic needs met, having good health, self-expression, mastery, discovery, novelty, spirituality, and socialization. I think if you're having trouble finding meaning in your life, see if you are lacking in one of these areas. I also realize that some people might have mental health issues, which makes it difficult to feel emotions. If that's the case, I don't know if this list will help you. You shouldn't really feel bad if it doesn't. So that was my episode on the ingredients of meaning. Do you agree with my list, or is there something you would have added or removed? Let me know down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. See you next week.